Hello, I'm High Heel Knight. Welcome to my channel. This is my miniature review of The Favorite. It's a 2018 film that is set in a fictional 18th century about Queen Anne of Great Britain. She is very old and very ill, and she is being cared for and watched over and counseled by someone that she's grown up with pretty much her whole life. Yet that confidant's cousin has come to live at the castle, and that cousin, she slowly worms her way into the queen's favor. So the cousins are at odds, and the ladies are also at odds with the queen, and the queen also has to deal with the war against France. And as exciting as that all sounds, it is the dullest movie I have seen in 2018. And I am serious. I have seen some movies that I loved. I've seen some movies that I hated. I've seen some good movies that I disliked. I've seen some bad movies that I love. But this movie absolutely dulled me practically to see. I am so glad I saw this at an early screening. It's 2 hours long, and you feel every minute of it. It's like it takes an hour for it to really get going, and it does something really tricky. Now, it's getting a lot of praise for its costumes and its set design and its performances. On those fronts, yes, it's great. But as a film, that's what this movie is. It's jingling keys, okay? It's jingling keys to keep your attention through this nonsense of a production. Because every time you're ready to look at your watch or wondering what's going to happen, they'll hit you with something to draw your attention. For instance, the camera will suddenly change you to a fish eye or a far lens or a weird sweeping pan. And if that doesn't get you, then they'll just hit you with some really loud classical music. And if the music itself is loud, then they'll hit you with some weird background sounds. You wonder, okay, is the scene going to transition or not? Is it going to be important or not? No, it's just waking up and getting your attention. And if that doesn't get your attention, they'll just have some type of weird scene, like say there's a dance sequence which starts out nice and then it turns into something out of the Soul Train. I'm like, okay, is this a parody or not? I don't think it is. It's a dark comedy, but it's like that gets it so out of order. And if that doesn't get you, then there's just plenty of random sexual stuff. Okay, there's sexual moments that happens. There's nudity that happens. There's talk of rape that happens, just to make sure you keep your attention. There is a scene in which a grown man is being pelted by fruit by his friends and colleagues, and it just happens. And that's not a spoiler because it has no connection to the story at all. It is just a scene that happens. And if all of that doesn't get your attention, then there's the credits. It has it shows the title of each chapter as it goes along, and it uses like some weird eye chart format where you get like this and it's stretched out and all that, like an eye chart, including the credits. And I had to sit through the credits because this movie doesn't have an ending. It ends, but it doesn't have an ending, okay? It sets up a little subplot about the handmaidens bothering the cousin. That goes nowhere. It sets up a subplot about the cousin marrying this guy for his money and status. That doesn't really go anywhere. It definitely sets up a potential revenge between the cousins after the cousin works her way into the lap of the queen. That doesn't really get anywhere. I think the longtime, companion betrayed the queen. Maybe she was set up, maybe she wasn't. Doesn't go anywhere. The movie just ends. I mean, say what you may, as much as I hate the Michael Bay Transformers movies, they do have a beginning, middle, and end. They're absurd, but it is a beginning, middle, and end. It's not a beginning, middle, and stop. I hated this movie. I didn't think you can somehow make a lesbian love triangle, power struggle, political, period piece, dark comedy boring and dull, but this film proved me wrong. Now, maybe this is great for Ireland and the UK because it's getting nominated left and right for all types of awards and is nominated for some Golden Globes. But for me, I was so dull. I was so poor. I was just so frustrated. I can't recommend this movie at all. I can't recommend watching it on streaming or rental or anything. Avoid it. I cannot recommend. Unless you want to see the costumes, unless you want to hear the music. Actually, you don't really have a choice because the music is so freaking loud. If you like random sex and random nudity and random foul language like that, fine. You know, if this is what you want, you know, fine. But you know, but you're too sophisticated to go to something like Michael Bay or some type of animated feature or something like that. But you just still want those jingling keys. Go see The Favorite. Otherwise, steer clear. I can't recommend it at all. Okay. So those are my thoughts on The Favorite. I would love to know what you thought of the movie. Be sure to share what comments you like in the comment section. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, or dislike, share, and subscribe. Once again, I'm High Heel Knight. Remember, find inspiration everywhere.